a lot, so I'm not very comfortable with them. And I checked this guy's stats in the beginning. I knew this guy was a pretty formidable player, so I'm gonna stick with what I know, and I know how to micro Colossus. I'm not the best, but I'm pretty good at keeping them alive against Vikings and stuff like that, especially if I have Blink Stalkers to support. So here, he falls back into this choke, so I take advantage of that. Unfortunately, this Ultralisk is breaking through my force fields. Oh man, this is rough. I'm microing back, and I throw some force fields over here because I noticed the Ultralisk is down here. So that's going to provide a little bit of block. And unfortunately, I didn't run these Colossus up there. Instead, I find out about this little trick up here, and now I start, I can use these Colossus on this high ground, and his Ultralisk can't hit me. So I can also blink up there too. So this will be an excellent spot to kind of break the map, you could say. And here we go. And I can just kind of kite these forces around this pillar. And unless he has an Overseer or something, he can't really see up there. So that's a great spot for me. So he's pushed back. This is great for me because it's... I mean, these bases aren't even that saturated compared to mine. So I would say it's about... the income is equal. He just has a little more gas income, and if we look at the... oh wow, he was able to take out my Colossus there. I'll get back to the income later. Man, I always get some Zealots to fight against Ultralisk, but it never works. Like in StarCraft 1, if they have Ultralisks and you have upgraded Zealots, they'll do pretty decently. But unfortunately, wow, 5 Carapace, maybe that's why. I did not realize that. 5 Carapace for the Ultralisks, 3 Carapace for the Roaches, that is intense. And unfortunately he's running a little too far here, and these cannons are getting a lot of damage done. Now I realize I need to secure this bottom half of the map. I mean, I've seen so many games where Stork and like Bisu and other players play against Zerg, and they don't just sit on 3 bases. They continuously expand, and it's worth it to build a bunch of cannons because the expansion will pay for it in the long run. And against Zerg, cannons are very good. As long as you have an army to support, Colossus and Stalkers will do great along with cannons. And I get a Stargate here. I decide that I'm going to get a... if it gets to a longer game, I'm going to go for a Mothership. So, see how that works. I know that the Mothership is pretty effective against Zerg. I can use Vortex or Recall after destroying many of his bases. So we'll see how this goes. Unfortunately, I was a little slow on my micro. This was my first game of the day, so my Colossus micro was a little poor. You can see me losing my Colossus there. But he's going to lose his Ultralisk too. So it's going to be about a fair trade. He's trying to stop... he sees me getting this, and he's going to try and stop me from getting this expansion. But I do have a lot of Stalkers. A lot. And they do have weapons too, as well as armor too. So, yeah. With all of these Stalkers targeting firing on each of those Ultralisks, they're not going to survive for long. So this expansion is going to survive. I sent a probe here early to build another expansion when I needed one. And yeah, I'm mined out on my main. I need to get these workers down there. This is about to get mined out. This is about to get mined out. I absolutely need these 2 bases. In my head I was thinking, oh, I should grab this island. But, you know, I needed these robotics facilities pumping Colossus constantly. I need these Colossus. I can't afford to get a Warp Prism right now. So, I just kept getting Colossus. And I did not expect this at all. He sends in a drop up here, luckily this expansion wasn't finished because he's going to be able to take this out really quick, and my forces are way out of position. So, good drop on his part, nice insight, but I'm going to be able to just cancel that. I should have waited a little bit longer to cancel that. So he wouldn't be able to just pick up and run off like that. So I might have been able to blink up there and pick off one of those overlords. But yeah. I thought there might be an Ultralisk or something down here hiding, so I was checking that out. And yeah, just more Colossus coming. Sticking with the upgrades, weapons 3 now coming, soon to get armor level 3, and yeah, I sent some of these probes, need to get these, and here's the fleet beacon. So, are we going to see a mothership? Yeah, we will soon enough, as soon as I get the money to do it. And we'll take a look at income again. He's picking up the island, good choice. And he still has quite a bit of minerals left. Wow. Look at harvesters. He has 80 drones. I have 76. So pretty close. But he has, I'd say he has more minerals available on the field. Of course, I have a nice stockpile of gas. Wow. He has about twice as much as me, as well as minerals. So he must be planning some sort of transition. Let's see. What's going on here? Wow, that's a lot of minerals. Is he just failing to macro out? He must be playing... Oh, the spire. There it is. And let's look at the production tab. Yeah, we have 6 more Ultralisks coming. And what are we going to see? Look at all of these larvae just... Oh man, he used Sparn Lava on 3 hatcheries, and he has 2 other hatcheries. No, he has 3 other hatcheries that don't even need it. So he'll be able to make so many Mutalisks right now, it's going to be unbelievable. And he's actually taken down quite a bit of my stalkers, and oh no, this is terrible. I moved up to this ledge, but these Ultralisks... Yeah, that's going to cause some trouble when the Mutalisks arrive. I don't really have that many stalkers, but I do have these sentries. And I'll show you how these sentries come in handy. I mean, they barely did any damage. And here's a bunch more. But I'm using the blink along with the sentry, along with the force field, to eliminate as much of these Mutalisks as possible. And you can see these stalkers, you know, 6 kills, 3 kills, you know some of those are going to be Mutalisks, and that's going to pay for themselves. And even though he might kill off these, I think that it was worth it for me. And I forgot to show this, I managed to pull all of my Colossus back while he was focusing on those stalkers. So yeah, those stalkers are heroes, able to get these Colossus back home safely, and it looks like they're just checking out this Overlord saying what's up. Anyways, his Mutalisks are going to come in here. Not much he can do with only 5, so yeah, reinforcement's going to... Yeah, there's no way he can take down that Nexus. Lots of Corruptors coming. Looks like he wants to stop those Colossus from being fielded, and pretty good choice, but I don't think the Colossus are really his problem, especially since he's going for Brood. Oh, okay. So he's going to switch all of his Corruptors into Brood Lords, and oh, the mothership is out. This is going to be nasty. Look how many minerals he has. He needs to pump some Zerglings or something, because this is just not enough. Laying down this shield here, gonna bring out a bunch of stalkers, and yeah. Oh, there goes the vortex on the Broodlords. Those are gonna get trapped. I'm pretty sure you can suck your own units in. You gotta be kind of careful, but here comes the surround. and blinking up to the high ground. Yeah. Using my mothership to focus fire on those Broodlords, and there goes that army. So this game is very much in my position. I have the lead here. I have 3-3-1. That's 3 armor, 3 weapons, 1 shield. He has 3-2, 3 Carapace, 2 range, and I believe he has quite a bit of melee too. 3 melee probably. 2 melee, I guess. Or no, that's range. That's right. So probably 3 melee, and he just GG's out. I was able to shut down these expansions once again, and yeah, we'll take a look at the income. Almost twice ahead in minerals. Well, not quite, but pretty close. 1,700 to 1K, and above him in gas. And he just didn't have he just didn't have the money to deal with it. I don't think he took his expansions fast enough. Only 3 drones here. Maybe get a Nidus here with a bunch of drones. Oh, he loaded up, but it was just... he just had enough of it. His gold was mined out, his natural mined out, main mined out. All he had was this base. And I had 2 bases, as well as this island, safe and secure. And I could even expand here if I really wanted to, if you think about it. I mean, these cliffs here are very easy to hold against Zerg. Especially if you have Colossus just sitting here. A bunch of Zealots and Stalkers and Sentries sitting on the ramp. There's not much he can do. And just, as well as the mothership. I mean, he had no detection. I don't think he had a single Overseer. So, good game. Well played on his part. Yeah. I was pretty surprised to win this game. So, probably the highest ranked player I've beaten so far. So, yeah. Look forward to more commentaries soon. Please leave comments, and thank you for watching. Oh yeah, also I'm going to show you, I never really showed you my statistics as well as my opponents I've been playing. So I can just go ahead and show you, here are my stats, and nothing special, not a ton of games played, 463 league games, and 427 custom games, so almost 1,000 total. Yeah, everything's diamond, but it's not, nothing's over 1,000, so it's not like anything really high ranked. I don't really think that, as you can see here, the rank doesn't really matter. It's the player's skill. Practice does count a lot, but yeah, I have a lot of practice from StarCraft 1, so yeah. That's where I get most of my strategies from. Anyways, we'll look at my opponent's stats, and so yeah, you can never really know an opponent's skill based on their stats, because they could have played for 10 years StarCraft 1, and they could have even won some money playing it. You never know who you're up against in this game, and that's what I love about it. You're never going to be the best. There's always going to be a better player. I mean, unless you're going to practice like 15 hours a day living with a bunch of your clanmates and practicing each other constantly. And that takes a lot of dedication. And thumbs up to the people who can actually do that. Anyways, I'll look at my opponent's stats. We'll also look at the economy breakdown. Pretty even. He in fact had a little more resources than me. I was able to get a higher unit count. I didn't actually produce more units, I just killed more. So it's not like because I had a higher unit count, I produced more units in the Zerg. It's not like that. He produced about twice as many units as I did, which makes sense. But I did a lot more structures, which also makes sense because Zerg relies heavily on their hatcheries to produce units. And yeah, I'll just take a look at my opponent's stats here once again. And yeah, looks like he only plays one-on-one. He's not an amazing player, but stat-wise, but he is rank 3 in his division. And in terms of points and rank, this is probably the highest player I've beaten. 2146, 300 wins, 259 losses, so not bad. Pretty good to stay positive that many games into it, especially as Zerg these days. Well, actually not really. Zerg is kind of overpowered now. But, anyways, good game, and hope you all enjoyed. Please leave comments and subscribe.